All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. I just wanted to go over this lesson real quick. Okay, concerning Slack, just give me 1 second. All right. Concerning faith, man. Okay, having faith. Okay, and relying on faith. Okay, as you know, we see the times that we're in. You had Michigan. They basically had it to where the RFID chip was now not mandatory. They called it voluntary. Okay, which we all know what that's leading to, because why are you even introducing it in the first place? Making it voluntary is just a means of them, trying to publicize it, or put it out there. Okay, and you have a lot of things going on, all right, in the world. It's like you got a lot of things going on in the world right now, which, contrary to what people see it as, all right, we understand where this is ultimately gonna lead to. All right, it's ultimately going to lead to that time of temptation, man, when, you might be presented at your job with the chip, or the vaccine, or however they play it. All right, and you're going to need to rely on faith, all right, to the point where they give you an ultimatum and tell you either follow the new measures and precautions we've put in place, or you can't work here anymore. And you might have a family, you might, you got to pay, you thinking of all these different things. How are you going to pay rent? How are you going to buy food, groceries? How are you going to pay for the electricity bill and all these different things? Buy gas, pay whatever, if your car note, whatever it may be. All right. You think of all these different things because you've been able to do those things so far based on, having that job. All right. But that's when faith kicks in, because faith allows you to do things that you can't think of a logical solution for. All right, when you think of how Yahushua walked on water, or even Peter, when Peter walked on water for that time period that he did before he started to sink, it was faith that allowed him to do that. It wasn't by any scientific, logical reasoning, any explanation of maybe he did this and did that. No, it was through faith. All right, all these miracles that happened was through faith, because faith doesn't require, all right, a scientific explanation. Okay, now I'm gonna get a precept real quick. Because the scriptures tell you, all right, that faith is basically the evidence. All right, Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, so faith is the proof, all right, that the scriptures are true. Okay, that where the Israelites, all right, that these miracles happened and that the prophecies are going to come to pass. Faith is what ultimately validates that. Now, of course, they're going to come to pass and people are going to see it, but the reason we're able to believe it right now is because of faith, which you're going to need to rely on if you're going to make it out of Jacob's trouble. Okay? It's not every situation that you're going to be able to logically reason it out, or be able to, set out a plan on how to make it out of it. Certain things you just got to go off of faith, man. Okay? When the Lord told Abraham to leave the land of Ur, all right, and separate himself from his family. Now, the Lord told him he was going to give him a land, but Abraham wasn't out there like, oh, okay, I got to plan it out and see, okay, where, how, what's the time, and, how, what, he just, by faith, he went. All right, verse 2, it says, for by it the elders obtained a good report. When Yahushua came and he started, basically, you could say recruiting his disciples, they left everything. They forsook everything they had and they followed the Lord. Why? It was through faith. Okay? The Lord didn't show them a magical chest of gold. Okay? He didn't necessarily take them into the future to physically with their eyes see the kingdom and then bring them back and say, this is what you'll get if you follow me. But they followed him through faith. They believed he was the Messiah through faith. And in order for us to live, okay, in the world that the way things are about it, how bad things are about to get, we got to do it through faith. Okay, and we got to endure, man. All right, as the scripture said, let me get that real quick. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Matter of fact, I start at verse 1. It says, 2 Timothy 2:1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua Mashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. So we got to endure hardness. How are we going to get through that? By having faith, man. Okay, we're gonna get through these trials and tribulations. The scriptures say, basically the righteous will live by faith, man. Okay, you might not know how you're gonna pay your rent if you get fired because you didn't take the chip or because you didn't want to get vaccinated. You didn't want to take the COVID-19 vaccine, but you have to have faith that though you don't see a way, the Lord still has a way. Okay. Because the Lord knows that in order for you to live, you need to eat. All right? You need a roof over your head. You need all these things. And the Lord already knows that. Okay? So if he's putting you in a position where it seems as though you're going to lose the ability to provide food and shelter, even though the Lord knows you need those to live, then the Lord has another means for you to gain those things. As where you would have to work in order to get fed, now the Lord has another means for you. So all he's doing is transitioning you from what you used to do, all right, to now what he has set for you. Okay? So and now all it takes is faith for you to go through that transition. All right? Because if you have fear, okay, the wrong kind of fear, instead of faith, and you start thinking, wait, but if I don't take this chip or if I don't get vaccinated, how am I supposed to do this and that? How am I supposed to feed my my kids? How am I supposed to do all these different? What if my child gets sick? How am I supposed to, the hospitals won't admit them, all right, if they get sick? But then you're listening to the flesh, because you start to forget that. Hold on. Sickness, death, healing, life, that comes from the Most High. All right, this is 1 Samuel 2:6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. You understand? So you don't have to worry, what if my child gets sick, and the Lord is the one who ultimately does it all. If the Lord knows you don't have a means, all right, to provide medicine for your child if they get sick, then the Lord will have it to where they don't get sick. Or even if they do, heal them. Okay? The scriptures say the Most High makes you poor or makes you rich. That's up to him. Why do you think when you applied for that job, they called you back out of all those other people that applied for it? Because the Most High wanted you to get the job. So now if you have to lose that job for him, don't worry about it, because he can give you something else. Okay? But it all takes faith, man. See if I can find another precept real quick. Okay, because the Lord said, John chapter 14, verse 29. It says, verse 28, actually. I started 28. It says, matter of fact, oh boy, I started 27. John 14:27, it says, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. All right. So we don't have the peace of this world, because the peace of this world is vanity. And it's not peace. It's an illusion of peace. All right. It's an illusion of joy, but it's not joy. All right. True joy is eternal, not temporal. Okay? So we don't have the peace of this world. We have the peace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's why no matter what you go through, you can get comforted in these scriptures. Okay? Other things will pass. You grow up, your kids grow up. You die, your kids die. All right? You know, your dog grows. Your car gets old. Society changes. You know? People die off. New trends come and then they die. But you know what stays the same? The word of the Lord. Okay? So you can trust in the word of the Lord. Man may change his mind. A car may break down. A gun may backfire. Okay? A house may burn down. They're not eternal. You know what it is? The word of the Lord. Okay? So where do you put? You put your trust in the word of the Lord. You store your treasures in heaven. Okay? Because it's eternal. It says, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Your heart meaning your mind. Why? Because you have to put on that helmet of salvation, man. You have to stay focused on the goal at hand. What is the ultimate end goal? At the end, when all is said and done, there's going to be an elect, all right, of the nation of Israel, and ultimately the whole nation is going to be in the kingdom. At the end of everything, that's what's going to happen. So no matter what you're going through now, or what you're going to go through, whether they throw us in prison or in FEMA camps or demonize us, at the end of all of that, America's still going to be destroyed, and we're still going to get the kingdom. You can get fired from your job. You might have to go 2-3 days without eating. You might get kicked out of your house. You might have to sleep in your car. But at the end of all that, we're still going to get the kingdom. We're not just going to do that and just die and then nothing happen. No, at the end of all that, we're going to get a reward. Okay? So keep that in your mind when you're going through these different things. Verse 28, ye have heard now, I said unto you, I go away and come again unto you. All right? Because what? The Lord is going to, he left. All right? Acts 1:9. After he had done the mission that the Yahweh had sent him to do. And he's going to come back. Revelation 1:7. In Isaiah the 66th chapter, the Lord is going to come back. Okay? It says, if ye loved me, ye would rejoice, because I said, I go on to the Father, for my Father is greater than I. And now I have told you before it come to pass, that when it is come to pass, ye might believe. So what excuse do you have? You have everything you need. You have all the ingredients. So the problem isn't with lack of material, lack of information, lack of anything. If you're not able to make it, the problem is with you. Okay? The Lord gave us the formula. He gave us the ingredients. He gave us the numbers. He gave us everything. Okay? You gotta take that leap of faith, man. All right? It says that ye might believe. So we know that the Lord has already told us, okay, of these things. So when they're happening, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to do what he told you that you should do. Okay? The Lord said, look, this is going to happen. So when it happens, do this. So if you're seeing it happening, you do what the Lord told you to do. They're going to make this ship mandatory. When that happens, do not take it. Cool. All right? Don't worry about all the other stuff. The important things are what the Lord had written of in the scriptures. The Lord said we're going to eat while others are starving. We're going to drink while others are thirsty. We're going to rejoice while others are mourning. So don't worry about the extra details. If it was important how exactly we're going to do that, the Lord would have written that in there. Okay? But the main parts that are important are what the Lord had written in there, had in the visions of the prophets. He told them to write certain things down and other things not to write. Because the things we need are the things we have. We know in part, we prophesy in part. But the part that we do know is necessary. It's the things we need. So don't worry about the extra stuff. The Lord said you're going to eat. That's all you need to know. The Lord said he's going to deliver you from the same evil. That's all you need to know. Don't worry about the hows, the whens. No. He said it. That's it. Okay? That's enough. So you got to have that faith, man. And you got to really be prepared, all right, to be in that state, man, of uncertainty. Okay? In the flesh of uncertainty, not knowing exactly. Okay, because in the moment, it'll hit you. But that's when you got to take a step back, pray, and wait for the Lord to direct you, man. And as he's directing you, it'll become more and more obvious. Okay, this is what the Lord wants me to do. This is where the Lord wants me to go. This is how the Lord wants me to handle this. Okay, that's why the scriptures say, make not haste in time of trouble, because if you do, you act before the Lord wants you to act. If you make haste in the time of trouble, you'll make the wrong step, when all you have to do is wait and the Lord will show you what to do. Okay, you lost your job. Don't make haste. Oh, I lost my job. This is hell. It's been a week. I'm going to go take the chip. No. Wait. The Lord will provide. Okay? We know how the Lord works, man. Hey, sometimes he'll wait to the last minute, where you at your breaking point. And right before you break, if you stand firm, he'll provide for you. All right? So, hey, I'm going to end it off here. This is just a video to exhort and boost, brothers and sisters' faith out there. To look, prepare your minds to rely on faith. Rely, keyword, rely on faith. Let the Lord take care of it for you. Okay? Because you're going to have to. If it's either that, all right, or nothing. Okay? That is the only way out. You have to have faith. You have to have faith. Okay? Anyway, with that, I hope this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rachak Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.